Okay, everybody, we've got our left and our right sides ready to go together. And today I'm going to show you how to nest your seams. So if you don't know how to nest your seams, this video is for you. So remember in our instructions, let's flip this over to the back. It told us to iron one side one way and the other side the other way. And that is so we have these, see when you put them together, you can kind of see where we have this going this way and this going this way, and that's going to reduce our number of our bulk when we sew that together. When we put that on top of one another, we're not going to be sewing through like 6 layers. We're going to be sewing through just 3. So that will make it a lot less bulky. Plus, it's going to make our seams match up a whole lot nicer. So let's show you how to do that. So we're going to take each side, we're going to put one over the other. Whichever way you like to work, it doesn't really matter. What I'm first going to do is get the top of my block kind of aligned. And I apologize, I'm working around my camera here a little, so I might not be able to see 100% what I'm doing. I already poked myself pretty good. So let's just pin this top. So we know that this is about where we want it. So we've got this first seam, and I can feel it's just a little bit off. See when we fold it back, can you see how it's off a little bit? So I'm going to scooch that up and line it right up. And I'm going to put a pin down here. Now since I've got this little bit of extra, I'm going to go ahead and kind of smooth this out because I don't want that wrinkle to be right here. We're going to ease that in. So that feels pretty good. And a lot of times you can feel it more than you can even see it, especially with this red on red, makes it a little more difficult. So if I put this one back, that one's matched up really well there. So we're going to leave that. I'm going to put a pin in. I'm going to match up our sides. Kind of keep our sides matched as we go too. And let me just explain a little bit why I'm doing it this way is I'm going to sew down my machine like this. So I want to sew over this seam. I want it where I want it. Like I want to keep it right there, right? Sew over it and then pull a pin out. So I'm going to pin every one of these rows because I really want this to look nice. This one's off just a little bit, so I'm going to scooch it up. Go ahead and pin this. And I tell you what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put another pin because I've got kind of a little bit of a wrinkle going right here. I'm going to put another pin right there just so it tells me that I'm going to kind of ease that in. If you don't know what easing in is, you can kind of work in extra fabric here and there when you need to. That matched up really well. And I'll kind of show you the easing in as we're going if you don't understand that concept. Oop, that one matches up really well, so that's nice. Except maybe this way. I kind of just use my fingernails to drag sometimes. Kind of scratch the fabric to get it over where I want to. And let's go for our last one. Got a bunch of strings in the way. That one just needs a little bit. And that one I'm going to kind of feel. Yep, I've got it pretty good. So I'm going to put that pin right here. And then I'm just going to take notice. It looks like my edges here are going to match up pretty good. You know, I don't have one too long or too short. So let's go over to the sewing machine now. Hold on. Let me just lower it a little bit. Okay, now we are just going to start this off and kind of make sure we double check everything. My machine's going to make a funny noise. I haven't sewed anything yet since I turned it on. So it always does that weird thing. Okay. Come on. Come on, let it go. There you go. Pull this pin out. I'm going to kind of keep my finger on that seam Okay, I've gotten over that first seam, so I'm gonna pull my pin out. Don't sew over your pins. I don't care what anybody says. Shouldn't do it. Okay, let's pull this out. And now see, I've got, you probably can't see it, but I've got that little bitty wrinkle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ease in, right? So I have this one holding so I know my seam is held. I'm just gonna tug just a little. See how it kind of flattens out? Just gonna pull just a little bit. Don't sew over it. And that's gonna help me ease that bit of extra fabric in there. I am really good at easing in because for some reason I've always got a little extra fabric somewhere. You're just doing your 1/4 inch or pretty close. Sometimes you're gonna have, see, this one is just a smidge longer, so I'm gonna more go on this top fabric. And that's perfectly normal. Okay, I'm gonna finish it out. Now, moment of truth. Let's see how well I did at matching my seams, nesting my seams, excuse me. So when we open it up, we should see that our seams are matching really, really, really well. That looks awesome. That one might be off a smidge, but you just can't hardly even tell because it's a different fabric. So there you go. Once I press this, of course, it'll look more like this. And that is nesting your seams, and this is why you do it. I will press this. I will probably press this to one side. I'm not a big seams open girl, so I'll press this to one side, and then it's going to be gorgeous. I'll share a picture of it finished with it all pressed. Okay, guys, hope that helps you. Let me know if you need anything else, and I'd be glad to help you. Thank you.